Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and I find myself once again drawn to the Fabled Lands. I know, it's been a little bit of a while, but life has kept me away. But now I get to come back. It's like Narnia, you know? You get to keep coming back and spend hours and hours and hours. And no matter how much time you've indulged yourself, a lot less seems to have passed in the real world. So, what am I doing here with Lorga? Well, when last I got here, I got my Selenium wand. I was able to sell off my old wand, but I still haven't been able to pass off this magic mandolin. I am up in the Great Steps, which is the sort of rank 4 or 5 area, but I'm not feeling quite ready yet. You know, there's things I'd like to do back down in Golnir. In fact, I have the quest to find the man with the Velvet Eyepatch and the Dragon Slayer quest, which would be very nice and push me up to rank 5. Which should get me a point of defense, 2 extra points of health, and not a lot else. Additionally, I'd like to get some more money because there is a skill I would like to learn, a warrior skill in fact, the whirlwind attack skill, whatever it is. And I don't quite have enough money for that yet. I also now have a silver holy symbol which I've replaced, which I also can't pass off. So I'm going to reorganize ever so slightly. So the 2 items I need to get rid of are down here. I have not found anyone willing to purchase these, and that is most unfortunate. There's got to be someone, right? Well, I think I've spent enough time here in Yarimura? Yarimura, yes. Also a broken backbone to try and make a map. Yep. Wizardly errands, I should try and do that. So basically, I've got lots of reasons to go down to Golnir. And my ship is in Golnir, so it's not here. In that case, I think I shall spend a little money. Get passage to Yellowport. A merchant is prepared to take you to Yellowport. After an uneventful journey, you dock at the port of the sulphurous city. And here, of course, we get to Yellowport, which stinks and reeks of sulphur. Our vessel is in Golnir. Can I get a ship to Golnir? No. Alright then. I'll just walk along the road here, passing through familiar territory. A pickpocket? Stole 10 shards. Oh, couldn't he have stole one of my magical items? You know that's bad when you'd rather a pickpocket steals a genuine magical artifact over 10 shards. You know that's bad. That's not good. Can I sell them here, please? No, they don't want to buy these here. Can I get passage to Yellowport? Not where I wish to go. But I shall then ford the river. Ah! That reminds me. A water sprite curses you, lose a blessing. Well, that's unfortunate. I've lost a blessing. What have I lost? I still have immunity to diseases and poison, magic blessing and thievery blessing. Okay. Better cross over then. And we're now on the western bank. You're walking along the bank of the River Grim, called the River of Souls because it is said to carry ghost barges laden with the souls of the dead. The Sakarans that you meet tell you that they work for a consortium of merchants in Yellowport. We are travelling around Golnir to find out what commodities are in demand, explains the senior member of the party. Minerals are plentiful in Yellowport, as you may know, but grains and furs are in short supply. In other words, take grains from just down here, like Matricians, and furs from Yarimura to Yellowport. Bidding them good day, you continue along the bank. Here on the flat country of southeast Golnir, the River Grim meanders before sluggishly debouching. Debouching? It's not debauching, because that would be an A. Debouching into the swampy delta of the Magwort Fens. I haven't looked that word up yet, I really should. Lush cornfields are on one side, the surging river on the other. You reach a point where it is possible to ford the river across a causeway of ancient weathered stones. No, I'm fine on this side, thank you very much. Now, going down this way is where I last encountered the vampire and got a gold scarab, but I'm going to go to the Monastery of Mulhern because I have been, I do have a couple of other characters who've tinkered around a little. Mulhern is the blacksmith of the gods, famous for his cleverness and the breadth of his knowledge. Here at the monastery, his most devout adherents live an austere existence, striving to honour the god through a regimen of hard physical labour combined with academic study. If you are injured, this is a good place to rest and recuperate from your wounds. No, but I'm going to stop off at the monastery all the same. The monks must first approve you in order to gain admittance. I need like a 5. Got a potion of comeliness. Not going to waste it on this. And I'm glad I didn't. Right on the nose. Yeah. Wow, that was lucky. That was. Yeah, good. Here you can rest and recuperate if injured, join in the devotional rituals, or simply travel to your next destination. So, recuperate from wounds. I'm fairly healthy. Study at the monastery. Might get me something good. Pray to Mulhern. I'm not sure what that's going to give me as opposed to study at the monastery. Talk to the abbot. I should probably do that. Being a rather devout fellow. I mean, look at this. Currently, sanctity almost outweighs combat for Lorga. The abbot is pleased to tell you about the god Mulhern. Originally, he was the god of craftsmen, blacksmiths, and stonemasons, he says. It was Mulhern who gave mankind the secret of making fire. But he also taught the secret of writing, which is why he is the patron deity of scholars. Our library here is the most magnificent in the world, and I get the opportunity to ask about the man with the Velvet Eyepatch, so I'm blatantly going to do that. You mention your eerie experience on the cobblestone highway near Castle Ravane. The abbot seems sceptical. I am not sure that the spirits of the dead can truly speak to the living. Perhaps you dreamed the entire episode. If so, it is a remarkable coincidence, chips in one of the monks. A man wearing a velvet eyepatch passed through here a while ago. He said that a lucky stroke of fate had saved him from the gallows. Well, where was he bound, you ask? East, to Karan Baru in Sokhara, I think. That is remarkably good news. Now, if I head down to Wishport, pick up my ship, go to Matrician's, pick up some grain, take it to Yellowport, sell it off, go up to... You see where I'm going here? And then come all the way back. I'm liking this plan, right? Time to depart, I think. Let's head on down the eastern road. East of the Whistling Heath lie fertile lands that provide rich pickings for the yeomen of central Golnir. An uneventful journey, that's great. Down to Haggart's Corner. Can I sell my stuff? No, I can't sell my stuff, that's annoying. The town of Haggart's Corner stands at a place where three roads meet. Here, in certain seasons of the year, the Trow are said to come and trade their marvellous trinkets in exchange for human favours. I might... Trow have Trow coins, this mithril coins. I don't have any. I know I could sell the fairy meat. I might be able to sell these to the Trow. But if I don't give them anything, it could be trouble, because they are tricksy, they're not like normal humans. It is a pretty pastel-hued town. Houses with high gables and mullioned bay windows are set around a series of courts where fountains splash dreamily in the sunlight. The market at Haggart Square amounts to just a few shops whose dusty shelves suggest they don't do a roaring trade. People prefer to do business with the trowel, says one storekeeper with a shrug. Who can compete? Perhaps you will find a bargain here all the same. Not particularly. I mean, there used to be a bargain here, but it's been moved to another location now. Oh, yes, while I was looking at the map, I was going to mention that. Exciting news! The game will be coming out of early access soon, and Old Hakuna and Utaku will be added to the game sometime, I think, shortly after release. That's the plan anyway. So these whole areas, like, woomph, right? That's a little more than a quarter of the map, I think. That's going to be amazing if that does all happen. Apparently, these were all in book 3 of the original series. It's like, I didn't realise that Utaku and Old Hakuna are the same book. I thought they were separate books. Additionally, I found out on the internet recently that Utaku, there's a very old historical culture from, like, ancient history with a very similar name to Utaku. I can't remember what it was. I think it's like one of those Middle Eastern, Persian, Arabian sort of ones, but I'm not entirely certain. I can't remember how I found that or looked it up, but it just came up as part of searching. It's like, that's interesting, right? An Old Hakuna has the High King's seat. That's got to be an interesting place. Grendel's Hall reminds me of Beowulf and Grendel, definitely. Right, so I'm taking the east road to go pick up my ship. Again, familiar content, so I'm not necessarily reading every single paragraph. Wishport is a picturesque town set at the back of a bay rimmed by white cliffs. Fish, oil, dyes, and other commodities are packed here for transport inland. The market is located in the warren of alleys adjacent to the waterfront. Each alley is dedicated to a different commodity. In one, you can buy rope, in another lanterns, and so on. You hear the echo of hammer on anvil from the weaponsmith's forge just ahead. Let us visit the market where we cannot sell our items. Yes, there's some place called, like, the Shopper's Paradise. I don't think there's very many gangsters there, but it would be nice to find the place and see if I can sell these bloody things. And I do know the achievement for it was in before Golnir was added, so I'm not entirely sure where that is. Alright, we got a ship. Cargo. No. We'll just set sail. You stride up the gangplank and find the crew dancing merrily to the tune of a flute. Ah, skipper, just try to keep the crew firm, slurs the boatswain as he hastily conceals a bottle of grog. You shake your head despairingly and go aft to your cabin. Maybe you should hire a better crew. Well, perhaps I should, but let them have a bit of fun, you know? A storm? Look, we're just going to have to weather the storm with our mighty vessel that is sturdy and designed to endure storms. Now, the Ship of Souls. Oh, this is new. Will this take me to that island? I bet that Wizard's Island is like in another book entirely and I can't get to it yet. Against the last blood-red swathes of sunset, a vast ship heaves into view. As it gets closer, you're able to get a true impression of its size. Awe gradually gives way to fear. It is like a fortress built of oak. Even the tallest pine tree would be dwarfed by its masts, and those black sails are like the canopy of night. "She's Dread Nago's flagship," whispers the mate. "Her sailors are not living men." Should I go aboard the Ship of Souls or sail away? I had a plan. I had a plan that involved not encountering this Ship of Souls. A plan that involved, like, wrapping up another 1 or 2 quests. I mean, I'm sure I can encounter it again, right? But I'm dead. and high sanctity, and it might involve picking up more items that I wouldn't have room to carry. Oh, I'm going to have to pass it up and sail away. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Off we go to Matrician's for cheap grain. Look, we're having it. 90 a time. That's half what we get paid for it at the other place. Crew. Do we want better crew? We can't get better crew. Okay. Let's get sailing. And also trying to find a way to get another blessing of Alvir and Valmir. Line event for voyage. That's great. Coastal waters up here. That is really hard to click on behind the objective tracker sometimes. I know I can close it, but I think there was a patch to make it a little bit easier to click through that window or something, but I don't know. Old save, so... Oh, pirates! Let's fight them. Let's beat the living daylights out of them. The pirates withdraw. That's great. Off we go. Then over to Yellowport. Oh, a merchant ship. Okay, yeah, we'll help. The lookout cries, "Ship on the starboard bow!" You spot a crippled merchant ship limping towards Marlock City. It looks like a trading vessel from the Fabled Lands. The merchantman has suffered a lot of damage and the remaining crewmen are half dead with thirst. You give them water and help to repair the ship. The captain, a woman dressed in multicoloured feathered robes and an ornate headdress, is most grateful. She tells you her name is Moon of Evening and that she comes from Smogmore, the city at the misty estuary and far-off Ancon Canu. I can't remember, was Ancon Canu added in one of the books or not? I can't remember. Because I know there are some places that were not added originally. She tells you to visit her if you are ever in Smogmore so that she can repay the debt. You sail on. Well then. Please, not the Navy. Not the Navy. Great. Let's go get paid. $180. 100% profit. That's a hunter. That's great, that is. Can we get better crew? We can't. There will be somewhere we can get better crew. I think it's Yarimura. Possibly also Morlock City, is it? Right, we are leaving. Up to Trefoil. We're getting shards again, right? It all helps. Up here. Yeah, Marlock, not Morlock. Right. Up the main road. We still haven't found a wizard who can tell us... Olifard the Wizardly cannot tell us the... Hey, we get given some shards. That makes up for the 10 that were stolen earlier. Right. Karan Baru is a medium-sized town that acts as a way station between the citadel to the north and the rich towns of the south. It is a garrison town. Many supplies, arms and soldiers move through Karan Baru on the north-south trail. Shops, temples, traders and the like have sprung up here to serve the needs of the military. There is also a sizable mining community, for the mines of Saqqara lie in the Bronze Hills just outside of town. And a slave market where poor unfortunates sold into slavery are bought for work in the mines. The Karan Baru market consists of several covered arcades. Much of its stock is for miners and soldiers, and it is run with business-like efficiency by the Saqqaran military. You have heard that the man with the Velvet Eyepatch should be in Karan Baru. If you want to search for him, you must explore the city. Well, first, I know that this town pays a good price for wolf pelts. And while the wolf pelt would be very useful up in the frozen steppes, I can get another one relatively easily. And the man for Velvet Eyepatch might give me more than one item. Pub. Ooh. That's not right. One moment. You walk the dusty streets of the garrison city in search of the man with the velvet eye patch. There are several people with eye patches, but none with a velvet one. You ask around the taverns and bars in the rougher areas of Karan Baru. Now, I'm going to use that potion of comeliness. Just to make this that little bit easier. Oh, we failed a charisma roll. That's unfortunate. You're walking down a side alley when a figure steps out of a doorway to block your path. It is a man with a velvet eye patch. His one good eye glitters with evil humour from a face ravaged with the scars of many a fight. I hear you were looking for me. Oh, a silky voice. I hear you were looking for me, he says in a silky voice. We're going to fluff this thievery roll really badly. So we might get robbed or something here. Is this to make him believe we're a thief? Use a blessing. What blessings do I have? Oh, I have a thievery blessing. You know, I might as well try. Nope. Someone stabs you in the back. You lose 5 stamina. You spin around just as a beefy, disreputable looking thug comes for you again with a long dagger. Get the snooping swine, yells the man with the eye patch. He draws his sword and you must fight them both. Oh, that's okay, I don't mind fighting. I thought he'd run away and just leave me to fight his ruffian. Man with eye patch, and apparently she's a really muscle-bound sort, so... Okay, let's see. Time for a tactical assessment and advance. Oh, mate, you really shouldn't have done that. Look, I'm going to stun you and move down here to make it harder for her to reach me. And I'll have you. And again. Ooh, actual damage, okay. Lady, you ain't built for this. Both your adversaries fall dead at your feet. Searching the thug, you find nothing useful aside from his dagger, while on the man with the eye patch, you find 25 shards. Then you flip up his eye patch. Nestling in the eye socket is a sparkling gem, a flame opal. You pluck it free. You hurry off before the patrol arrives. So, I'm going to sell this dagger and get out of town. No, I'm going to go to the inn, get back 2 stamina. Then I'll depart and head across to Cold Bleak. The Cold Bleak Mountains looks as inhospitable and forbidding as their name implies. Their frozen flanks climb high into the icy clouds. And I'm going to Blessed Springs where I can buy healing potions. Because I'm going to go looking for a dragon. Something tells me I'm going to need more than 2 healing potions, but 2 is all I've got. Ooh, potion of strength as well. Yeah, I like that. Oh, but if only I wasn't carrying the flame opal. Alright. Then I'll head down the eastern road. Maybe fight some pilgrims. Get blessed by a priest. Safety from storms. Brilliant. Down to Venefax. This is all going very nicely. Where I will recover another 2 stamina. Head back to Yellowport, where I think I'll recover 3 stamina. Right, blessings. What have I got? Disease, storms, magic. So Maka is disease, right? Yes. Elmir. Dreamed a blessing of charisma. Sure. I mean, I'm just throwing money away here, but it all adds up. Trust me, I'll be able to, and that will be, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Blessing of Turnai, good for 1 combat, sure. And of course, the other remaining temple is Alvir and Valmir. I already have the blessing. Right, so now that I've spent a lot of money, I'm going to spend quite a lot more money on minerals. And I'm going to sail back westward. Not Vivian westward, just in the general direction of west. And I'm going to try to avoid fighting until I reach the dragon, wherever it may be. I have a rough idea. Oh, a storm. Use a blessing. Lovely. Up to Wishport. That's easier to click on behind the compass and map. So that's good. In Wishport, I will sell my... Good grief, yes I will. And that gives me plenty of money. Now, here, I will rest for, till fully healed. And then I will leave the safety of the city and head up towards Castle Ravane. Is it worth it? I don't know. Pack's full. Not worth it. Oh, yes, no, it totally is. Right. Wandering Priests. A priest gives you some advice on religious rituals that might stand you in good stead, as well as a potion of godliness, which I can't drink it. It would be nice to have a consume option from the pickup box. A potion of strength, which should stack from the combat blessing. I think I'm just going to have to leave it and say, well, thank you. I appreciate it, but I just don't have the space. A small stranger. Ah, this is the dwarf who gives us a potion of comeliness, which we already can't take. Right, that's unfortunate. Sakaran traders, they have nothing to give us. Storyteller. A storyteller is sitting on a grassy hummock beside a leafy lane, regaling the children from a nearby village with his tall tales. Which one will he tell this time? His story concerns a man who found a copper pot under a tree stump. He wisely left a little silver in this and was rewarded with health and good luck. He told his lazy brother about the pot, and he did the same, but the brother wasn't content with just health and luck, so he tried to bribe the fairy folk with bigger and bigger gifts. Finally, they gave him a wart so big that it covered his whole face. A cautionary tale which seems to have quietened the local children down, so don't be over generous when it comes to the fair folk. I wonder, the Altar of Mulhern. Hey, I have never managed to get anything successful from the Altar of Mulhern. If any of you know a good way to try and get good results from it, please let me know. So, towards Castle Ravane, I think it's this road up there, isn't it? I'm not going in. I'm going by road. This road is the section I need, isn't it? And this is where I will fail to roll a 2 to 6. No, I'm actually successful. Great. An eerie glimmer shines between the trees that overhang the road a little way ahead. Venturing a little further, you see in the gathering darkness that an old iron gibbet is set on one side of the road. The glowing light hangs around it like a bubble of marsh gas. I am absolutely going to go closer. The ghost comes as before. You have returned with proof? Ah, the wretch's gemstone eye. Good. Good. He takes the flame opal eye and seeps down into the dank soil. You dig and find a chest containing 250 shards. Also, gain 1 point of sanctity for having righted the wrong. Now, he truly is a crusader for justice. And now, we're dragon hunting. So, we're up to Delpton. The dragon is somewhere in this area here. It might be in the haunted hills near the water, might be in the mountains, or over here. I don't know. What can I buy here? Can I buy healing potions? I cannot buy healing potions. That's great. Look, if I slay a dragon, there's got to be loads of treasure, right? Loads of money! So I'm going to go this way and across. So we're travelling up the Reese River. A peddler has a few bargains among the bric-a-brac on his cart. Look, can I sell stuff, please? No? Okay, fine. Oh, don't know anything. I'm again avoiding the Tower of Despair. Maybe hit... No. Just hoping, you know. Right. Up to the spine of Harkoon, then we need to find a way to get to this area around here. High jagged peaks tumble up to the verge of heaven. Legend has it that this mountain range is the exposed backbone of the slaughtered god Harkoon. As you clamber up a steep trail, you see a waterfall gushing from high above. Something metallic glitters on the rock face where the waterfall issues out. I'm not going to go up there because I've seen it. It's the secret messaging code. And then there's the opportunity to start drawing a map. If I start drawing a map, it will fill up this space here, and I want to go fight a dragon. I do not have a map of the mountains. I have parchment. Okay, I'm going to try and make one anyway. Wow, that's hard. We fall down and take big damage. Okay, here's the plan. Go back to Marmarek. There's no inn. Okay. Uneventful journey is fine. Back to Delpton. Heal. Much healing is required. Wow, we had a nasty tumble in the mountains. It's the only way to describe it, really. Ah, peddler. Sadly, space and money. Well, money, no. Space issue, yes. Back to the mountains. Look, if we could just not have this whole situation, right? It's going to keep happening, isn't it? Oh, for goodness sake. I'm going to have to come at it from the other side. Also, I'm imagining a dragon will do rather a lot of damage. Okay. The overpriced inn. The question is, why are some of them so overpriced in Golnir? Is it a regional thing, or is it like you're higher level now, you should be able to handle things? That's a man whose cart is... Yeah, sure, I'll help him fix the wheel. Oh man, I would have got a free heal out of that. Troilus is in. No, onwards. Oh, bugger! Okay. You see a hermit squatting beside a hut built of piled stones wadded with moss. Seeing you, he says, "Do you seek the Key of Stars? You'll find it at the end of this sinister path. So as soon as you'll be left, you then go west, or Whistling Heath. So we go south. Then east. North. And we get the key. You sit down and rest on an old tree stump. So we have the Key of Stars. No idea what that's going to do, but that's going to make it harder to pick up any dragon treasure. Right. East Road. 7 fools. We help them out. We get set red place 4-leaf clover. Let me pick it up. Oh, gems. Wait. So it's equipable? No, it's not, is it? It's not going to go in any of these slots here. I just got to leave it, really. Okay. Up to the monastery. To Conflass. You come to Conflass, a thriving market town at the point where the 2 rivers meet. It is a delightful town of white-fronted houses with brightly painted timber frames. The burghers of the town are open and friendly as one explains to you, We tell the baronies that we pay tax to the Sakarans, and the Sakarans that we pay tax to Castle Ravine, so they both leave us alone. That's why you'll never find a long face in Conflass. Right, yeah, but can I sell these things? No. None of these things can be sold. Right. If you're an initiate of Lacuna, which I'm not, then you have the option to visit the nearby Abbey of your goddess. Non-initiates cannot usually find the path to the Abbey as it is hidden and protected by powerful spells, though you can attempt to uncover it by making a magic roll at a difficulty 15 or a scouting roll at a difficulty of 18. 18? So that'd be an 8. A 13. Yeah, okay. Magic it is. Again, this is not a high priority. If I get in, I get in. If I don't, I don't. At last you locate a narrow winding path which leads to the Abbey of Lacuna. The moss-covered roofs of the Abbey buildings loom above a hedgerow. As you approach the broad wood-lit gate, you see nuns in their green and brown robes working on the gardens. You're allowed to stay for one night at the Abbey and get 2 stamina points back. You must leave now, the nun tells you at breakfast. Only initiates may remain here among us. I don't want to. I already worship Turnai, the warrior god. I'm going to have to go into the Forsaken Forest. Or, if I go to the Rainbow River, can I go upstream? I think not. Okay. Now, we know of stuff going on in here in the forest. The Forest of the Forsaken is a dark, forbidding place. Even in broad daylight, shadows cluster like a mass of cobwebs under the gnarled boughs. As you skirt the forest searching for a path, you see a hamlet at the edge of the trees. A man looks up as you approach and starts to ring an iron bell. We're not going to go in. I seem to remember that being a leper colony. And I think if we stay there overnight and don't get infected, we can get another point of sanctity, which might be really good. But for now, we've got plenty already and we're heading on. A hamlet of watland daub villages with thatched roofs nestles under the branch of the trees. Beside the hamlet, a path snakes off into the gloomy wood. Not far off, several bald peasants stop work and lean on their spades to watch you. These would be the evil bald-headed peasants who steal people's hair. No, let's go into the wood. The path leads to a grassy glade beside a brook. Here, a knight has set up his pavilion, encased from head to foot in plate armour. He sits astride his horse in silence, while his dwarfish squire scurries forward on stunted legs to speak with you. "My lord contests your right to use this path," the dwarf tells you. "You must fight him or else turn back." Now, we haven't encountered the story of the dwarf who stole the magic suit of animated armour from a wizard, so we're going to have to fight. "I'll trounce you," sniggers the dwarf. I mean my master will." With that, he waddles off towards the pavilion. You're a little surprised that he isn't going to stay and watch, since he seems so confident of the outcome. Very well. We shall fight the knight, who is no easy opponent. He's made of armour. Right, I'm going to go to here and end my turn. Do a tactical assessment. Yes, come face me. I'm even going to go for a stun to take away one of his attacks, because it's guaranteed and never... Yep. That is a big problem. Your opponent falls with a hollow clatter to the sword, releasing a wisp of green vapour. When you throw open the visor, you are amazed to see the armour is empty. The dwarf comes running out of the pavilion in a state of high dudgeon. "You cheated," he says. "It wasn't fair. I'll have my revenge." So saying, he darts off into the bushes. You can take the remnants of your uncanny opponent and a great sword. Only +1. Higher damage though. Okay, let's see. I can't... Look, I don't know. If the dragon's up here in these parts, I'm only going to... Yeah, I'm not going to get to rest before I meet it. I should leave both of these and continue along the path. The foliage around you is filled with eerie rustling noises. The boles of the trees are black and twisted with age. Before long, you come to a fork in the path. Well, left is best, obviously. The path wends its way between steep earthen banks from which the roots of trees protrude like ossified snakes. Ossification is... it's a bit like turning stone. It's like calcification, but not... it's hard to... no. It brings you to a squat crypt built of green-veined grey marble. Above the entrance rises a small pyramid with a stone eye carved into the summit. At the centre of the eye sparkles an emerald as large as a duck's egg. This feels like a trap. I'm going to go back and take the other path on the understanding I can always come here again. You make your way along the woodland trail. At the point where the three paths converge, an iron gibbet hangs between two oaks. Well, that wasn't new. So going west should take me back to the south towards the edge of woods. Leave the path. And so I'm going eastwards. You reach a glade where a long table is laid out for a banquet. It is spread with silver plates piled high with succulent roast meat, spice cakes, warm fresh bread and large ripe fruits. Carved oak chairs are set out for 13 guests. I will wait and watch. This feels like a ghost feast or something, right? You crouch down behind a bank of ferns and see what will transpire. Yeah, this ain't happening. There is nothing more repulsive for the fairy folk than someone's stench of holiness. Oh well. A squirrel comes scampering up to you. It watches you with large luminous eyes, head cocked quizzically. Then, to your great surprise, it speaks. My lords and ladies of the wildwood crave a boon. Your presence chafes them. Your aura is the cause of discomfort. The odour of violets is one they cannot abide. All of this means nothing to you, but then the fact that the squirrel can talk at all is miraculous enough. You can hardly expect it to talk sense. If you would leave the glade now, my lords and ladies can take their repast, says the squirrel more plainly. To compensate for the inconvenience to yourself, they offer a pot of fine fairy mead, which you will find inside the hollow tree trunk behind you. You reach into the tree trunk. There is indeed a pot of fairy mead. You take it and, not wishing to incur the elves' displeasure, return along the path without delay. Very well. So I'm going to go west then. This path leads to a clearing. In the middle stands a narrow, windowless tower of jet black stone. Looking up, you see that the parapet of the tower is encrusted with small gems that glitter like stars. There is only a single door, banded solidly with panels of dark iron, and this isn't even that. Key of stars! Key of stars! I have got the key of stars! Sorry, just a little bit excited there, you know? The path leads to a clearing. In the middle stands a narrow windowless tower of jet black stone. I've seen this before. This is literally repeating. You can unlock the door to the black tower using the key of stars or thievery. No, just key of stars, man. Get rid of the item. You step into a dark tower. As your eyes adjust to the gloom, you see a spiral staircase winding up and up. At the base of the staircase wait 3 huge slavering wolves. Oh great, I can take them. They would attack you at once if they were not fixed to the wall by an iron chain. I will approach the wolves. This is dangerous. I don't have a green medallion. The wolves crouch at the foot of the stairs and watch you with luminous green eyes. Oh, those are not normal wolves. Okay, I'm out of here. Because the fairy wolves are chained to the wall, you can flee, but you take a final wound of 4 stamina points as you run away from one of the creatures. Can I just leave the bloody wolf forest here? I'll leave the path then. Oh dear goodness. You strike out from the path, forcing your way through the entangling undergrowths. Ferns sway off to one side, revealing a set of sparkling eyes in the gloom. Strange mutterings come up from in the branches. The eerie reputation of the forest is well deserved. Elfin pranks? Oh no! The mischievous elven fingers dig into your haversack when you aren't looking. They have stolen 5 of your possessions! I can get rid of these items! So that's the good part, right? I can always buy more parchment. So now, 2 more. These, I got them through a quest. I think I should hold on to them. I should drink this. A feather and a flamingo. Right, so fairy mead. I've got 2. I can get away with just 1. And then Officer's Pass. I can always get another one of those relatively easily, and I can also sail around there now. So that will now go. Excellent. You continue on your journey with a bitter taste. You're beginning to think you may be lost. I am lost! You manage to get your bearings. A stream runs to the southeast, and by following it you can reach the forest edge. Cross the stream. A sprawling single-story cottage squats incongruously amid the thick black tree trunks. In front is a well from which a man in a homespun tunic is raising water. Hearing you approach, he turns and greets you cautiously. I am Noklar the Hermit, he says. I don't get all that many visitors here in the Forest of the Forsaken. Are you lost? I certainly am. Noklar has plenty of chores to get done. I must chop some firewood, feed my chickens, and go check the traps out in the forest, he says, so you'll pardon me if I don't stand around nattering with you all day. Oh, well, in that case, I probably shouldn't gossip with him. Why can't I ask him for a blessing? What do I need for that? I'll leave. Noklar takes you back to the trail, since he's going in that direction himself. My advice to you is never stray off a path if you want to avoid trouble, he says. On the way, he pauses at one of his traps, where he is delighted to discover a rabbit. That'll make a nice stew for me and Edmund tonight, he says. That's got to be in a moment of whimsy. So I'll screenshot that. In a moment of whimsy, he slices off one of its paws and threads it into a leather thong. Here, this might bring you luck. He hands you a rabbit's foot charm, then bids you farewell. Apparently it won't, but you never know. You make your way along the... Look, all I want to do is... Fine. Leave the bloody forest. Go back... Carry on along the path, go back when you came. Leave the forest. Wow. Okay, to the haunted hills. Or the waterfall. Okay, let's see. A trouble-free journey, that's fine. Is it here then? A Hydra. No dragon though. You're traversing... I'm going to have to end the episode soon if this carries on much longer. You're traversing the spine of the Harkoon mountain range. Distantly against the sky, you can see the massive bulk of Sky Mountain. A forked, snow-clad peak resembles a crone's broken tooth. According to legend, the moon once caught on the peak of the mannequin people had to fly up... Sorry, the moon once caught on the peak and the mannequin people had to fly up and break it loose. No human has ever scaled Sky Mountain as far as you know, and I do not intend to. Alright. I think I am going to end this one here. I don't know where this blooming dragon is, but okay, let's have another look. So that's probably mapping. Could be down there then. Right, well anyway, yes, I've recorded for far long enough, and I'm going to stop here. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, especially those of you who stayed through to the end, and I do look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone!